So, many of you seen in the video I posted, or comment I screenshot on the dojo or dojo page about a video of a dojo. I'm not sure where it is. I'll have to research it. It has a Japanese name and Japanese martial arts, but I'm not sure it originates in Japan because it looks a bit too flashy. But other than that, so the video was of a guy coming up doing Tameshigiri, and it was really flashy. It was really cool. It was impressive. Don't get me wrong. It was very, very impressive. The guy's skill at how he was able to handle the sword. What I saw though was a lot of gaps, holes, openings as he was cutting. And I mean, and I'm not talking like if you see someone cutting in Tameshigiri and their sword comes up a certain way and it's like you can still see that they can easily turn right back and cut a person. This guy's cutting his blades like way up here, out like way over here. And I put, yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but a little bit too flashy. A lot of extra stuff. I've been seeing that a lot lately. I had friends send me videos of these young guys that are doing backflips and doing all this sort of stuff. It looks really cool. I mean, it's impressive. It looks very cinematic. If they were to do that with a live blade, they would lose something, an arm, a leg, something, or someone would get hurt or killed. And I don't know. I guess because I'm getting old, I just don't see the advantage of the flashy shit. You know, pardon my language. Somebody from I don't know where this guy's from. This guy Michael Kelly made a comment back to in my response. So I said, "Hey, that's cool, but it's a lot of wasted movement." His thing was Chris Cowan practicing. I wrote it down right here. Chris Cowan practicing sword control is never wasted movement. This isn't combat. Okay, so one thing that's funny is that this guy's Michael Kelly, his name, is the same as my previous instructor before Mike Simeon and Dale Seago. It's funny. And I did to double check, make sure it's him. But I also knew it wasn't him because of the dumb shit comment this guy made. Because my Michael Kelly was former Special Forces. And everything we did was combat and warfare. So for him to say that was funny, that particular guy. But, pardon my language, why the fuck do you think these were developed? Why? Was it made to pick my teeth? Was it made to sweep my floor? No. These are weapons of war. That's what they were created for. Okay? Yes, later on in Japan, it came down to, hey, let's get away from the war side and let's work on, instead of the outward aggression or the outward violence of this weapon, let's look at the inner peace. Let's work on the inner mind. We see that in Japan. But even still, when I watch or I see people who study Iaito, Batojutsu, Kinjutsu, Bikinjutsu, any of these things, there is something about keeping the movements sharp and crisp and losing or getting rid of or eliminating the wasted movement, making the movement smaller in the sense of making the gaps smaller. Even when it's against imaginary target or imaginary, someone else trying to, if you look at Iaido, person's going through the motions, doing, practicing their cuts and everything, and their focus is to making this movement precise, cutting out all the big flashy movements, so it makes it more efficient. When I see someone draw a sword and they're like, ah, he's flipping around and this is stuff you don't even, it has no purpose. What they're doing has no purpose. If, for example, if I'm if I'm drawing this blade here, and I know my target sits in front of me, my draw is, if I draw, my blade is still here. My blade is not going to be, look at this, up here, because it's not cutting anybody up there. That serves no purpose. It's a waste of movement. Right? I'll probably get flack for this. I'll probably get in trouble. Somebody would tell me to take the video down, you know, but I'm sorry. I see too much. Yeah, I guess like I said, it's me getting older. I see too much BS. I see it in other arts. I see it in our art, and I'm going to call it out from now on, because if you're running a martial arts school, you're running a dojo, you're teaching students, what you should be teaching your students should be something that will have it so that they can survive a violent encounter. Regardless of what you want to call it, the goal should be, if it's martial arts, it should be so that they can survive. You know? Even when you look at arts that don't seem very violent, the underlying part of it is that those motions are still violent, and they can be used for violence. When you look at, I have a student who studied Tai Chi before, like an authentic version of Tai Chi. He wasn't taught just the movements, going through and doing the movements. He was taught, well, this is how it's used, and he did it with another person. He saw how those movements were employed to knock that person over, push that person away, strike them. You know? You take the martial out of the martial art, it's just an art. If you train with somebody that doesn't teach you how to finish the job, then you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time. You know? Like I said, hey, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this video, but right now, I'm old. I don't care anymore. I'm going to let people know that, you know, if you're teaching bullshit, you know, man. Anyway, okay, guys, have a good day.